What's up, guys? Today we are surprising Reed with $3,600 worth of upgrades for his Talaria Sting. We're going to put them on, we're going to show you how to put them on, and we're going to surprise him at the end of this video. So here's the deal, guys. Reed has been wanting some power upgrades for a long time. Yesterday he told us, I think I'm ready to buy some, so immediately me and Alex went down to Charge Cycle Works without him knowing and spent like $3,000 of his money on a bunch of upgrades. So we got a Charge Cycle Works 72 volt battery, an Ebmx x-9000 controller right there on the bike. We got a blue one for him because he loves blue. So now we're gonna head into the garage, we're gonna install these, we're gonna show you how to install them, and then at the end of the video we're gonna surprise him with all the upgrades and we're gonna see what he thinks, because that's a lot of money, but we know this is the stuff he wanted, so we're gonna surprise him. He didn't have to install any of it, which is nice for him because it's kind of a lot of work to install this, but we're going to show you guys how to do it. If you guys want any of these things, there's a discount code to Charge Cycle Works in our description. Head on over. These things are awesome. Me and Alex are running this full setup and it has been great.
All right, guys, this is Lance coming to you from in front of his computer editing this video. We unfortunately just found out that about a third of our video has no audio recorded to it. So I'm going to just do a little bit of voiceover and explain what's going on here. Basically, we are unboxing the Ebmx x-9000 controller, and we're going to show you everything that comes in the box in preparation for installing it. We'll show you the Charge Cycle Works 72 volt 42 amp hour battery. If you want to see another video on that, go check out our channel. We have a really in-depth guide on that battery. We have the charger, and we also have a upgraded Warp 9 sprocket and chain to be able to handle all the extra torque that this controller is putting out. Now we're going to show you everything that comes in the x-9000 controller box so that it all makes sense. First, you have the actual controller, then you have a wiring harness that is for custom builds. We won't be using that today. Next, we have two wiring harness, one for a Surron and one for a Talaria. So you will see which plugs your bike has and just match up the correct ones. Next, we have the Bluetooth dongle that will plug in so that you can connect to your phone. We then have the display and the regen throttle, which will mount next to each other up on your handlebar. We then have this cable that is an extension that you would run down through your frame to connect to the controller. Then we have the plug that will plug your controller into the computer if you ever need to do that. However, the app has tons of functionality and you may never use that. That is everything you need. Let's get this baby installed. Whenever you are installing a new controller, we recommend removing your battery and flipping your battery breaker. It just gives you more room to work and it will make the process a lot smoother. To start, you're going to be removing your skid plate and your front fork fender and also the horn cover. Those are three vital things that need to be removed to be able to remove your controller easily and then install the new Ebmx x-9000 controller. Huge shout out to Side by Side skid plates. We reached out to them because we really liked their product. Reed and Alex are running them on their bikes, and if you guys are interested in purchasing one, we have a discount code to their website, so check our video description for that. Go ahead and remove your skid plate, your horn cover, and your front fender, and then go ahead and remove the 4 bolts that are holding your controller to the bike, and then go ahead and disconnect all the wires and all the plugs going to that stock controller, and then we will show you how to install the x-9000. Starting up at the handlebar, we are not going to be going in depth on how to tune this controller or the final setup steps. We're kind of just going to get you running, and then stay tuned for our next video where we're going to do the full setup on this controller, the full in-app guide, and basically explain what a lot of the settings do. Now, from my understanding, there is not another YouTube video installing an Ebmx x-9000 controller on a Talaria Sting. So we're excited to be able to show you guys this. That's why we're going a little bit more in depth than we do sometimes. It's just to make sure that everybody that buys this controller can understand how to install it, how to get it set up, and stay tuned for our next video.
Okay, we got the stock display and the horn taken off, so they're on the floor over there. We're gonna probably relocate his horn over to this side. That's what me and Alex did because there is just so much going on over here. I have installed the new x-9000 display and regen lever. This is pretty much where you're gonna wanna put your regen lever because that's the easiest place for your thumb to reach it. These big fat grips kind of get in the way, but it does work. He happened to have his brake in a good spot, so we got the display here. Now we're gonna trace these wires in, and you can kind of do your own cable management however you want. These are the old stock ones, so we're gonna pull them through and get rid of them. So we'll pull them through here, and these are actually like all the way into the wire harness. You can't unplug these. So we'll just pull them in and we'll just stick them down in here and get them tucked out of the way. At the same time as doing that, you'll grab your new cable here, and this is what you're gonna plug your regen throttle and your display into. So we're gonna go ahead and just plug those in, green on green and yellow on yellow. So then once you've got all this attached, then you're gonna put it through your fork and you'll tuck it all the way in, because this is gonna plug directly into your controller down below. So I'm gonna leave that. You guys figure out how you wanna wire it up, throw some more zip ties, get your cables all nice and clean, and then we're gonna go down to the bottom now and actually install the controller. Okay guys, time to put the controller on. The easiest thing to do first is install your 3 motor phase wires that come off, because then you can kind of rest your controller on your wheel and on here and it will kind of hold it up. So we're gonna put those on first. They do supply you with the right screws and a couple of washers and everything. Okay, some people can't read, but as you can see, we got BGY and UVW. The second set is for Talaria. They line up. We got V here, W, and U. So you're gonna put those on the according spots. All right, we have the motor phase wires on. Now we're gonna do the positive and the ground that go right here. That'll make it a little bit easier to route all the rest of the cables, because they kind of all have to go around these ones. These ones are a little tricky to do. You almost need an extra set of hands. Okay, our next step is gonna be to plug all these bad boys in. They only go one way, so you're not gonna mess them up. If it plugs in nice, then it's in right. So that goes there. Then we're gonna take this guy, I'm gonna thread it onto here. Again, it only goes one way. Tighten these up. Those are nice waterproof connectors. Nice little seal on them. We're gonna take that cable that you threaded all the way down from the top for your display and your regen throttle. That is also going to plug right in. Again, there's only one that it fits on. So that is this one right here. Snaps in, waterproof connector. Now this last connector is for your Bluetooth module, which I have right here. So this guy, you can tuck in wherever you want on the bike. You can tuck it in up on the top, by the top of the battery cover if you want, but you can also like tuck it right here, pretty nice and easy, and it works well. All right, now it's time to tuck in all the wires, and this isn't necessarily a job that I can tell you guys exactly how to do, because there's just so much going on. There's a lot of wires, and this controller is this is one of the hardest parts, is to tuck all these wires in a way that the controller fits well. So at this point, you would probably want to fold your skid plate most of the way back up, so that you can see where the wires actually need to go. But we recommend tucking a lot of these wires down in on the top of your skid plate and kind of out of the way of all your phase and power and ground wires. You'll then tuck a lot of these back up into here. It takes a little bit of work because it is tight, but you can tuck a lot of this back up into here, get your Bluetooth module in a nice spot that's kind of near the edge in case you have to access it. This is the same plug on the Bluetooth module that you would unplug and plug in the controller or the computer harness so you can connect it to the computer. So it's nice to have this a little more easily accessible, but that's gonna be your job. Get some wires tucked in, mount the bottom of your controller. So mount the bottom of your controller, and that will kind of help you. The last point, you're gonna mount your top bolts and fold it up here. So we're gonna try to do all that cable management, and we'll see you in a minute.
Okay, we got everything put back together. I really hope when we plug this battery back in that it works, because it's a huge pain to take out the skid plate and the fender and the horn guard. But we've got the battery charging over here, and that's pretty much our next step. We're gonna show you guys how to put in the battery. If you haven't seen our other video, we did an in-depth video talking all about this battery, everything you need to know about the install process. But after that, his bike's gonna go a whole lot faster.
Yeah, we're talking like 20 kilowatts, like even with the stock motor, you can pretty much run 18, 20 kilowatts, which is really impressive on a stock motor. So that's awesome. So we're gonna be setting up this controller in the app, and we're not really gonna go over like custom tuning today. That will be in our next video. but we're gonna get this all installed. All right guys, so basically these batteries fit really tight. If you saw our other video on the Talaria Sting R specifically, they added thicker rubber pads here on the side to stop the stock battery from rattling as much. Still rattles. This battery does not rattle. But because of those thicker pads, sorry, this puppy's heavy, it holds the battery really snug. So we're gonna show you how to kind of Dremel some slight little holes for these two screws because they do protrude a little bit on the side of the case. It's really not a big deal, but what we recommend is because you have to take your battery in and out a couple of times to kind of measure for your Dremel holes, we like to just use like a little bit of Simple Green / soap kind of on the side so that it will just slide really nice and easy on those rubber bumpers that hold it tight. You can see it's like pretty tight, but it does go in. And basically, you think it's all the way at the bottom, but it's not. These screws will basically fit totally flush. So what we recommend is you kind of line up the battery to a good nice spot where it's straight vertical, do some little marks, and then we're gonna get out that Dremel and just Dremel us a little bit of a slit here, push that battery all the way in. If you can see right now, it won't actually close. It's close, but it won't actually close. So we gotta go down just a little bit further.
We rolling.
Okay, we got it measured, we got our Dremel, we got our Oakley Jawbreaker protective glasses in the clear night mode. This is the bit we're using, kind of just a nice little cylinder bit. This is our mark right here. We're gonna just do a little slit right below that, and then same with right here. It's kind of hard to reach, but kind of just okay, that is essentially what your slit is going to look like. So you kind of just do it even, then we'll do the same thing on the other side. We'll drop that battery and you guys will see how flush it sits. I know some of you guys are gonna hate this. You're gonna hate that you have to chop up your bike. Who cares? Do a little bit of Dremeling. It's not gonna devalue your bike. Ride your $2,000 72 volt battery and have a blast and don't worry about it. Let's see if we cut them the right width here. Sprayed our battery so it's a little easier if we have to take it back out again. Ooh, look at that.
Right into those holes.
Side. Okay. Make sure she's all the way in. Yep. We got them slid into those holes. So let's plug it on in. Let's see if all this work is going to work. Okay.
Let's flip that breaker.
Well, I'm just going to close it first. Just make sure it closes. Boom.
Latch
Perfect close.
on there.
It's nice and snug. Listen to that. It's not going to rattle. She's good to go. And let's pop that breaker. Okay. Close it up.
This is a lot of work that
okay, let's see if the display comes on. Come over here.
Ready?
Oh.
That's what we like to see.
Okay, so for in-depth guidance on this x-9000 as far as tuning, firmware updates in the app, and firmware updates to your display, which are separate by the way, stay tuned for our next video on this controller. It's coming out next week. We'll go in full in-depth. As for all the stock settings, as long as you get it all set up, select your battery, your motor, your bike type, and calibrate your throttle, your encoder for your motor, and your thumb regen, you should be good to go. And all the stock tune is actually really nice. You can head out on the road and you can really check that out, see how it feels. Again, we'll go in way more in depth on our next video, so stay tuned for that. It is getting late, so we're gonna show Reed this bike tomorrow. So stay tuned for his reaction. It's gonna come right. It is time to have Reed react to his new bike and all of his new mods. He's gonna be driving up here in a second, so we'll turn the camera off. As soon as he pulls up, we'll turn it back on. We're gonna have him react to Alex's new wheels, which he knows are coming, but he doesn't know are here. So we're gonna kind of disguise this as just getting his reaction to Alex's super sick, by the way, bright wheels. So we're gonna sort of mask it as that, and then we're gonna tell him we got something else for him. Okay, he's coming.
He's coming, he's right around the corner. I'm gonna try to block my bike so he can't see it.
Okay, well, he's kind of gonna see it, but.
Okay guys, he's coming up here right here. There he is. He
right there, big dog Reed. He's gonna wonder why we're filming, but.
Hey, we have a surprise. We want to show you.
Okay, we're just gonna wait now, patiently.
He's not even ready.
Are we filming or something?
You know, I ordered these a while ago.
Dude, those look so good.
Right?
Dude.
I got the rotors
That is
too,
so sick.
and just the white, everything in black hubs, spokes, and nipples.
You need a white controller.
I'm doing that, guys. I'm doing that later. I'm powder coating my Ebmx like heat sink. It's gonna be sweet.
Why didn't you guys tell me you're putting these on?
Well,
We just wanted to film your reaction because we're filming a video on these wheels. They're super sick, but the real reason we're filming, Reed, is because we have something else for you.
Let me go get it.
Alex is gonna pull it out.
Close your eyes.
You're not ready for this,
What are
Reed.
you talking
Close your eyes.
What'd you guys do? You touch my bike?
Yes. Yes, we did.
Dude!
It's hard to miss, huh?
Dude, I can keep up with you guys now. That's so sick.
Well,
Battery controller.
To be honest, he could already keep up with us because he's currently the fastest Talaria boy, but we might film a video soon where we'll actually be able to test that.
Okay. Check it out.
I'm glad you got blue. That's
Yeah?
so sick.
Have you noticed everything that you got? What?
Yeah.
Yeah. The battery. The charge cycle works
72.
battery.
Is it 72?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Now we got you 60 because we needed to have you be slower so we could still be faster.
Your thumb.
The thumb throttle. We
I
set
love that on your
everything
bike.
up.
That's so
He's ridden
sick.
our x-9000s
So
and
sick.
that's all he's been wanting.
That's all
Let's
anybody
go on a
wants, to
ride.
be honest. And look, we got you a bigger sprocket because you got so much power now.
Yeah.
Okay, Reed, there you go. We
Let's go ride it.
spent your money, by the way.
Yeah. I think you were gonna buy it.
Like we're
Well,
not.
you can only go 70 now. Is that fast?
Did you go 70? Did you try it?
70.
No, we haven't gone 70 because we didn't want to blow up your motor. We didn't want to be the one to do that. We wanted you to do that. All right, guys, comment down below if you want an X-9000 and comment down below whose bike looks the best. Alex's with the white wheels or Reed's with blue and orange and light gray. Hey, put your
You
helmet
didn't
on.
make it sound
no
good.
go.
Put your helmet
Oh,
on.
there we go. No.
Hey!
Put it on. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next video. Hit that subscribe button if you like this video. We got more on the way. We got some fall riding coming with a bunch of really bright Utah colors. What's up, Grant? We'll catch you guys in the next one.
Grant, get your bike
That's a
out.
good
Let's
looking
go.
bike.
Oh, also,
Dude,
Grant bought a Talaria Sting. So all the Packer boys, we got Talaria Stings.
We're doing rides.
We're riding.
See you guys.